All right, everybody, listen up and listen good. There's a lot of misleading information floating around about carry-on luggage rules in 2025. From size restrictions to weight limits and surprise airline fees, travelers are really being misled. But don't worry, I've got you covered, and I'm here to set the record straight. Let's break down the real 2025 carry-on rules so you can travel smarter and avoid any of the traps that are out there. Hey, what's up, my friends? I'm Dave Fattizzo, and if you love travel type videos like this one, especially if you're a beginner traveler, make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified of all future travel-like videos that we tend to upload on this channel. In today's video, I need to just set the record straight. There's a lot of confusion about the so-called new carry-on rules for 2025. Are airlines really changing their policies? Will you be forced to check your bag or pay unexpected fees? Listen, don't get caught off guard. I'm breaking down the biggest myths and revealing what's actually happening so you can travel with confidence. With all that being said, let's just get right into it. Starting off with myth number 1. New universal carry-on size. That, my friends, is really not the case. While some discussions about standardized carry-on sizes do indeed exist, there is currently no arrangement among all airlines to adopt a single new carry-on size rule for 2025. There are indeed some airlines out there that have agreed on updating their standard carry-on policies, but there is no industry-wide standard being implemented. So it's crucial that you check each airline specific rule before you head out and travel. To help everybody out regarding this, I've created a spreadsheet that is available in the description below, and this spreadsheet basically outlines most of the major carriers and their carry-on rules as it stands at the time that I'm recording this video. Those who have made changes to the size of their allowable carry-on is as follows: 22 by 14 by 9 inches, otherwise known as 56 by 36 by 23 centimeters. And yes, that includes handles and wheels. We can't catch a break. So before you travel, check the spreadsheet and then measure your current carry-on. And yeah, just one more thing before we move on. I'm leaving a link to our travel playlist where you can watch some of our past travel videos, available up in the corner above or in the description below. But hold up and watch this video first before you head over to watch the other ones. Let's move on to myth number 2. Weight limits are actually going to be enforced. So they say. This could be another wrench in the program. Now, similar to rule number 1, there is no industry-wide standard, and each carrier sets its own carry-on size and weight restrictions, so you should always check the specific rules for your airline before heading out to travel. Then you'll know whether or not to stop stuffing your carry-on until it weighs as much as somebody's checked bag. I feel like every time I read that, or every time I say that, they're talking about me and my family, as we're notorious for doing stuff like that. The spreadsheet that I mentioned earlier also shares some weight restrictions for those specific airlines, so use it to your advantage. Here's a little tip. Wear your heaviest boots and jacket or sweatshirt on board to save weight in your bag. Not the most stylish move, but it definitely will help down the line. Moving on to myth number 3. Personal items are no longer a free-for-all. I swear, I feel like these rules are based upon how my family and I travel. My wife is forever trying to finagle a bag here, a little bag there, and some way and somehow she gets it on the plane. But, you know, weird as it is, she's gonna have to probably figure out another way to do it. Your personal item, whether it's a purse, laptop, camera bag, or small backpack, literally must fit under the seat in front of you, which has been the case forever. The bottom line is, not all airlines are definitely going to adopt a new standard for personalized items in 2025. But there is discussion about some airlines, particularly those in the international market, potentially tightening their carry-on and personal item size restrictions. with the International Air Transportation Association proposing a new, smaller standard for carry-on luggage, which could impact what is considered a personal item. Look out, Renee, you're in trouble on international flights. However, U.S. domestic airline may not fully adopt this change and could maintain their own regulations regarding personal items. So, be smart. Be smart about what you bring and how you pack. And like previously mentioned, check with your airline prior to traveling. Myth number 4. Liquid restrictions are changing. Finally, some good news. Or is it? This, my friends, unfortunately, is a myth. According to current information, the 311 liquid rule is not expected to go away in 2025 and is likely to remain in place until at least 2040, as the TSA plans to gradually roll out new technology across all airports to allow for larger liquid containers in carry-on luggage. Meaning, current restrictions that we all know too well will likely stay for the foreseeable future. My suggestion is avoid all the BS you hear and stick to the 311 rule until further notice. The last thing you need is to show up with a ginormous bag of shampoo and you can't get on the plane, or you gotta throw it out and then you gotta deal with that headache. Don't do it. Myth number 5, your electronics must power on. This, I thought, was a joke, but the bottom line is, it's actually true. Dead electronics is dead travel plans, and that's something you don't want. If security asks you to turn on a device and it won't power up, guess what? You're shit out of luck. That's not going on a plane. Sorry. But there's a couple of points that you should be aware of when it comes to electronics regarding power banks. Power banks under 100 watt hours are available to be taken on the plane, no problem. Those with 100 to 160 watt hours, you'll need airline approval, and anything over 160 watt hours, what the frig are you thinking? Most airlines limit passengers to 15 to 20 lithium-powered devices, which sounds like a lot. It really does. But when you sit there and you count everything, your phone, your laptop, your earbuds, your camera, your e-reader, your electronic toothbrushes, whew, that's a lot of shit. Always make sure they're charged, and always bring a charging cable, so if for whatever reason before you get on the plane you notice it's not charged, charge that bad boy and get on the plane. Myth number 6, smart luggage needs a removable battery. Smart luggage? I guess I'm a little old. I don't really know much about smart luggage. I really don't even know what the hell it is, but whatever. Yes, you need to make sure that the battery in your smart luggage is removable. If it's built in and non-removable, again, your bag's not going with you. Shit out of luck, again. A couple of points to take into consideration: GPS tracking, fine, as long as it's not lithium powered. USB charging ports allowed, but only if the battery can be removed. Electronic locks are okay, but make sure you have a manual way to open the bag. If you're buying new luggage, make sure to double check your airline policies before you spend that money. And some of you know these luggages can cost a shitload of money. Don't do it. Myth number 7, overhead bin space is getting competitive. I mean, you see it when you get on a plane sometimes. People are fighting, bumping, this, that, and the other thing. But overhead bins are becoming premium real estate, and airlines are getting serious about who gets what. Some are even assigning bin spaces based upon your ticket class. You know, you want to guarantee some bin space? Here's a couple of pointers. Board early. It's pretty simple. Your boarding group matters. Do not ignore it. Or consider a bag, like we talked about earlier, that fits underneath your seat. If your essentials fit down there, then you can avoid all the overhead bin battles in its entirety, and you could just move on for a more pleasurable flight. And basically, you have it. Your 7 biggest myths on carry-on rule changes coming in 2025. I hope you found this information helpful. I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below. It would really be helpful to me so I can get an understanding on what you're looking to hear more of in the future. And if you want to know about the best, at least in my opinion, all-in-one travel site that we always use for our travels, check out this video right here, why Expedia is the best travel site in 2025. Trust me, you'll definitely want to know. Until next time, my friends, I'll see everybody soon.